Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are delegates of the Hong Kong-China team, APEC, Voices of the Future. My name is Charles, and the young man on the left is Mr. Chris. We are very honored to invite Mrs. Regina Ip, a former Secretary for Security and now a veteran politician, to attend this interview. So we are going to discuss Hong Kong's economy. I'm sure Mrs. Ip is very aware of the most recent policy address by Mrs. Carrie Lam. Now, there's a question many people are very interested in. Hong Kong needs to integrate with China in terms of business and politics and economics. With the rest of the world opening up their borders, even countries that has been usually skeptical, such as Australia, Singapore, and Vietnam, have changed tack. How do you see Hong Kong emerge from this pandemic economically under the context of globalization?
We have maintained tough travel restrictions and quarantine requirements for visitors. But within Hong Kong, our economy has bounced back. Social restrictions have been cut to the minimum, and our economy is actually doing well. And our government is working hard to reopen the borders with mainland China, probably in stages, subject to certain quotas. But expert group meetings have been held, and we expect some movement in a couple of months, hopefully by the end of the year. So the prospects are pretty good.
So I have another curious point is maybe we all understanding that. So right now in our world, they have split into two groups. Maybe one is for the open border, and another one is for the closed borders. So what do you think that what is the strategy for us to do better, or what is helpful for Hong Kong to retain our competitiveness as an international hub right now?
Hong Kong has discussed with Singapore travel corridor, but they have a living with COVID strategy. But we can see the outcome. The daily cases have shot up, dramatically. And although they say the public health system can still cope, I think it's highly perilous. In our case, while the international community is very important to us, we also need to prioritize reopening our border with mainland China, which means we must meet the requirements of mainland authorities on external controls as well as effective checking. We're working hard on that. I think the travel restrictions are actually a function of how various countries and territories control the spread of COVID. But I think with new medication coming up, we are going to introduce booster shots for our people, and Merck is introducing certain pills for internal use. I think the current disruption, I'm sure, will be short-term, and along with other economies, we should be able to bounce back next year.
Yes. So besides that, I want to understand more about the integration with mainland China. Especially, we have the key concept right now is about the Greater Bay Area. So which field of industry do you believe that Hong Kong to be able to contribute to the regional economy, and at the same time we can maintain our competitive advantages? So how best should we do?
Well, we are lucky that the central government has designated Hong Kong as a global center for 8 service sectors, including shipping, trade and business, intellectual property trading, innovation, civil aviation, and all that. In addition, we have a Northern Metropolis plan for co-development with Shenzhen, and that promises to expand the capacity of our economy dramatically. And I think for the technology sector to watch, that will be life sciences.
Thank you, Mrs. Yip, for the interview. That's very informative. We learned that Hong Kong will probably prosper under integration with China and the rest of the world to serve as an international hub.